Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today we are working on we got a call about an ice bag merchandiser. Okay. Um, they said it's leaking water and not cooling properly. As you can see, we have empty ice bags. So I'm guessing the ice melted. Let's take a look on the inside. We got an IM23. Evaporator fan is going. Evaporator coil is leaking and it gets iced up. And this is what our controller is saying. So let's go ahead and open it up. What's up, YouTube? So I got the cover off. First thing I noticed, also, I found this on the roof the other day. That's why it's good to clean up after yourself, or even just clean up the roof after somebody else. I found this on the roof, so I've been using it ever since, and it is really good. It's easier than putting elbow pads on, and it's way much better than just kneeling on the floor. That's what I do all the time. I just kneel on the floor with my bare knees. So I've heard other people saying that if you do not if you do not use a knee pad or knee protection, you could damage your knees later on in life. But when I kneel down on this, it's nice. It's softer. It's much more comfortable than how I used to feel when I was working on these. I'm gonna keep up with this one and use it, and then buy another one, a brand new one. So first thing I noticed is that this condenser coil is plugged, and then this controller is stuck in this position. It's not changing. It should say the temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this controller off. Let's go ahead and turn this compressor off for right now, so this evaporator fan can help me defrost that frozen evaporator coil, and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I got the controller out. With the controller, when I pulled it out, some wires came out. So I noticed that the terminals were loose. So I tightened all of them except for one. I got one of my sensor wires out right now, just so I can keep this fan running. If I plug in that sensor, it'll stop the fan, because that is a normal operation. That's what it'll do. Once if the evaporator or the box get too warm, it will stop the fan. Or so we got that running, and then also I brushed off this condenser coil. So right now it is displaying something different. Ever since I tightened it up, it's displaying something different. So possibly the loose connections may have played a role in the controller intermittent. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to defrost. Since it is freezing like this, I think we will have I think our refrigeration circuit is good, but for us to fully diagnose, we need to thaw out this evaporator coil. And then also, once this evaporator coil thaws out, we're gonna mount this drain line heater on this case. Probably there's still a lot of ice back here right now, so we got a while to go. So what I did was, since we are thawing out this coil, we're gonna have water come out of here. So I went and got this bag. I pulled the controller out, wrapped the controller up with the bag, and I pushed it in, just to prevent water from getting on this controller, because if water gets on these controllers, they will fry the controller. I've seen it too many times. Okay, so now we got the evaporator coil thawed out. It is kind of warm in this box. So now, let's go ahead and, since we're here, let's go ahead and put the drain line heater back in its place. So you see these tabs right here? These tabs are gonna sit on the edge of this drain pan. So let me see if I can show you. Let me put it on, then I'm gonna show you. So you just slide them on. And you see how the tabs are sitting on the edge. So what this is a drain line heater. And the drain line heater is plugged into the unit. And then there's a cord running in here to prevent the condensation from freezing, to prevent this drain line from clogging. So what I do is I'm going to put a zip tie on these just to keep them less visible. It doesn't look good when you can see them. Alright, now what I did was, to keep my fan running, I disconnected one of the sensors. You can see this E2 sensor. So now we want to plug it in. Remember to be careful, because if you're working on it while it's hot, it's got electricity on it. You don't want the wires to touch any of this metal or anything like that. So you see I use the brown wire. The brown wire goes to number 11, which is one of the sensors. So now I'm just going to screw it back in there using the small screwdriver. Push it in, screw that, tighten it. Now I'm going to let the unit run. Alright, so now I got my sensors back in, and now it is reflecting a high temperature alarm with the box temp, which is 79. And remember before, when we first came here, it was stuck on the defrost screen, but it was in refrigeration. So now we just babysit it, see what it does. Since there was like a lot of ice buildup on the evaporator, what I'm going to do is, I don't suspect that it doesn't, I don't suspect a refrigeration issue, but we're just going to let it, I'm not going to plug up any gauges right now. I'm just going to let it see what it do. So you see we at 79.5. Okay, so the temperature is dropping. And this unit has two sensors on it, two temperature sensors, one in the evaporator coil and one that reads the temperature of the box where the product is at. And so right now, the fan is not running. Your unit may be just like mine. If your fan is not running at first, that is fine. So you see the fan just came on. So how this box operates, how most freezers do, the fans will not come on until the evaporator coil has reached a certain temperature, when it is colder, to prevent like the unit from throwing around moisture or hot air. So I just want to let y'all know. And then you see the fan symbol is on now. Once the evaporator coil temperature goes up, the fan will turn off and that symbol will go away, just like it just went away just now. And you see that fan slowing down, it's about to stop. So as the temperature of the box is going down colder and colder, the fan will be off less. Another way we're going to test the controller, we want to see this controller cycle on and off. So we want to see it hit temp, turn off the compressor. It's like a few times. So on this controller, we're going to hit P. That's set point. Now let's go up as much as we can. So what I do is, when I'm going to set it for 50, just to make sure that the unit turns off. Okay, so 45 is the highest I can go. So I'm going to set it for 45. Let it come down to 45. Watch it cycle off to make sure that the compressor is staying off. And then once it does, if it does that properly, then I'm going to go down again so I can see it cycle more than once. While we're waiting on temp, let's just go ahead and just do a little bit of wiping. There's another company that comes to clean these, but since we're here, let's just do a little bit of wiping. These rags are kind of dry. That's all I got. Like areas like this looks disgusting, so let's wipe this real quick. As best as you can. You don't have to. We're not gonna be able to make this cooler look brand new again, but just wipe as much as you can. Just do something, okay? Alright, so now you can see our temperature is 39, but remember we had set our set point for 45 degrees, so the compressor should have went off a while ago, but it's still going. So now we need to figure out what is passing power to this compressor back here. And so the compressor and the condenser unit gets its power from right here, this plug right here. And so you see the power comes right here. So now we have to see what is causing the power to stay closed. And as you can see, the controller is no longer calling for compressor, but the compressor is still going. Okay. Alright, y'all. So I had recorded a video, but it didn't save properly, so that's why you see that screwdriver and that controller like that. But real quick, if you don't know, I'm gonna show you how the compressor gets power, okay? The compressor gets power from this plug right here. From this plug right here. Power from this plug right here. And then this is the back of the plug right here where the white is. And you can see there's a green wire, a black wire, and a white wire, okay? Coming from here. You see that black wire goes, follow the black wire, that's the hot wire. Our condenser unit is gonna be 120 volts. So it's only going to have one leg of power. And so as you can see, the black comes from here and then it goes to this switch right here, which is right here. So this is this switch right here. And we verified that this switch works because when we were defrosting it, we had the power from the compressor turned off right here, just in case something like this was the issue. And as you can see, there's on the other side of this switch where we have that black power wire, we got this blue wire right here. So when we follow the blue wire, it goes straight to our controller. So it goes right there where the screwdriver is. So what's happening is that this controller is defective. It is continuously calling for the compressor. It is constantly passing power to the compressor terminal, making the compressor run non-stop, even on defrost, even when it's not to be ran. So in this case, what we're going to have to do is, we see that it is getting cooler, 40. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to let this thing run until it gets to 18, or around 18 to 20. All we're doing is putting ice in here. So I'm just going to let it run down, make sure it make temp, make sure we don't have any other issues. And if this unit does run down to temp, then all I will need to do is to get a controller. Okay guys, so like I said in the last clip, the reason why I ran the compressor, just to verify that it came down to temp, to verify normal refrigeration operation, just to make sure we didn't have any other issues. This cooler is usually set to about 18 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit because they only store ice bags in here. This freezer, like for an ice cream freezer or a frozen food freezer, you would want to be in the negative, like a -5, -10, -15. But this ice bag cooler, you only need to get down to like 18. 18 is very much enough, because once again, water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So as long as you're up under there, you're good. You see this? So this controller usually runs at 18, but it's going to take a while for it to run to 18 because the box needs to get cold. And also, technical support has told me that these coolers actually run better with product in them. So with it getting down to 25 and still dropping, I'm going to say that the refrigeration is good. I don't think we have any restrictions or any leaks. So I'm not going to put my gauges on. What I am going to do is I'm going to turn the compressor off right here, and I'm going to order a new controller, okay? Here's the part number for this controller on the bottom of it. Alright, so the part number is on the bottom, and then the wiring diagram is on top, okay? So that's going to be it for this cooler. We're going to order a new controller and see if we can get this thing clean before we get it back running. And that's going to be it for this call, y'all. Have a good day.